Hi there, my name is Danielle Reyes. I teach at Black Mountain Middle School. I teach 8th grade language arts, social studies, and AVID, and I am proud to be the AVID coordinator there. I love all things EdTech, and I love sharing with teachers, so I'm really excited for this opportunity. I am sharing one of my favorite tools, especially when I am not in person with my students. It is a video tool called EdPuzzle. So EdPuzzle, a brief overview before we start learning, is a video tool where you can upload any video you have downloaded, or you can upload videos that are already on YouTube or Khan Academy, or you can create screencasts using Screencastify or Loom, or even Flipgrid. Flipgrid has a feature called Flipgrid Shorts where teachers, as of June 2020, can create a 10-minute video of themselves or showing a whiteboard feature, and all of these videos can be easily integrated with EdPuzzle. That's what's called an app smash, when we take two apps and smash them together. If you have other video platforms like iMovie or WeVideo, you can absolutely upload those as well into EdPuzzle. Once a video is in EdPuzzle, you can do a couple things that are pretty huge. Number one, you can prevent skipping, so you can prevent your students from skipping ahead. Number two, you can add closed captions should that video have closed captions for accessibility. And number three, you can add in things throughout the video to prompt your students to stop. You can add in multiple choice questions. You can add in short answer questions for check for understanding. You can pause it and add in a little sticky note where you might add in a note for them, a voiceover, or maybe a resource link out, like to a math formula or something. And then you can also edit the video in there to add your own voiceover if you want to personalize it. So students are prompted to watch the video, and as soon as you pull up one of those multiple choice or short answer questions or whatnot, it stops the video for them, they answer it, and then they move through. So especially with distance learning, if you are creating screencasts of yourself and you want to make sure your students are watching them, you can put it into EdPuzzle and see them watch it. You can add in one question, you can add in a whole bunch. There are also a ton of EdPuzzles that are already created out there. So we're going to go over all of that right now. I'm really excited for this learning to begin, so let's go ahead and dive in. The first thing you'll do is go to edpuzzle.com. If you've used the site before, you'll go to login. If not, you'll click sign up. You'll sign up as a teacher. If you have a username associated with a Google account, you can just sign in with Google. If you do not have a Google account, you can sign up with EdPuzzle. Poway Unified usernames are tied to a Google account, so you can sign up with your Poway Unified email address. After you are authenticated, it will ask you for a password. It will also ask you for a referral code. This will give you 3 more videos in your storage space past the 20. If you would like my referral code, here it is. This will also give me 3 free videos, so it's a win-win. You will agree to EdPuzzle's terms of service and privacy policy and create a new account. Then it will ask you to choose your school. If you start typing in your school name, your school will likely pop up. Choose the correct school that matches your address. If your school is not listed, you can go to the bottom and add a new school. This likely means no one from your site has used EdPuzzle yet. Now you can select your subject area, which will help match the content to your specific subject or subjects. It only allows you to select one subject area, but you can add more as you get into your account. Press Join School and you'll be in. It will bring you to a home screen. The left-hand side navigation is what we'll go over first. You can see we have Home first. That's where you can see general education in your school. You'll hopefully, once you sign up for an EdPuzzle account with your Google account associated with your school likely, it will ask if you want to connect a school. If you do, then the school will appear here. If you somehow miss that step, you can actually go into your account up here in the right-hand corner, and you can click on your name, and this is where you can change account settings. Account settings. This is where you can prevent skipping, and then closed captions I would turn on for accessibility. So I would turn both of these on personally because I want my students to have to watch through the video, and I do want the closed caption feature when possible. If you do want to change this because maybe it's a review unit, then you can change that per video before giving the actual video lesson. And then school, this is where you can change your school name, which is right there. And if your school is not listed, you can type it in, and then the plan is there. Basic is free. It's 5 million videos, your own interactive video lessons. You can add everything I'm going to show you. You get storage space for up to 20 videos. So that is the limit there. So if you want to remove videos from your content, you can. All grades will be saved, but you can only have 20 videos saved in your content at a time. So that is the bummer there, but it's not impossible. You just remove and maybe save those hyperlinks and save those videos that you liked somewhere else externally. But as far as your individual storage, it is limited up to 20. The trick is if you invite other people that you might know of to add EdPuzzle, you, as of May 2020, you can get 3 extra video storage space, so that's neat. If you're using this a lot, then you might consider the $9.50 a month, which is unlimited storage space. And then these are specific plans and quotes depending on the district, and you just request a quote and then they'll give that to you. To go back, also under home is trending in general education. So these are some popular videos as well as trending in California and the United States. So just a fun way to see other ways people are using EdPuzzle. Curriculum is right here. This is where EdPuzzle has actually curated content into the elementary and secondary levels if you're interested in seeing that. These are going to be your more popular lessons. So you can click this and then it will sort it. You can invite teachers by going up to the right-hand corner and pressing invite. And then you'll be able to see what other teachers are doing with EdPuzzle. Then you go to My Content. This is where things you've searched and saved will be. So you can create folders by clicking Add Content. You can create a video, which is right in EdPuzzle. You can upload a video, and this is where you can take 2 apps and smash them, right? So you can take something like Screencastify or Loom or even a Flipgrid video, and you can upload it here and then personalize it, a student project, or a new folder, which is how you create your folders here. Okay. These are some of the recent videos I have searched and many of them used. So you can click the square and you can assign, edit, move to folder, duplicate, unselect, or delete. If you delete, but you had already assigned to your students, it will tell you that it will still save their progress in the gradebook right there. You can also see that EdPuzzle has connected as of June 2020 to these 4 channels. So YouTube is a popular video tool. So if we search up Bill of Rights, then we can see some popular videos here that are on YouTube that are the Bill of Rights. If you already have YouTube videos saved that you show already and you want to transfer those into EdPuzzle, then you can also add those in. It also has a Chrome extension to copy and paste the YouTube video link into the search bar. If I already know of a YouTube video that I usually show my students, I can actually go to that YouTube video and I can copy the link and I can paste the link right into here and watch what happens. It automatically then goes into EdPuzzle and it allows me to personalize it. You have 3 options when personalizing a video right in EdPuzzle. Now, there are other video editing tools like iMovie, WeVideo, Screencastify editor, and those types of things, but this is user-friendly in that you can personalize it right in here. There are limitations, so if you're doing a lot of cuts, or if you're adding 2 videos together, you will have to go outside of EdPuzzle, but if they're just simple cuts, then you can do it right within the tool. So say you had a video, but it was a rather long video, or you wanted to take out a certain part to maybe add in your own voiceover or just content that's not relevant to your students at the time. You can do so with their cutting feature. So you can drag the end or the beginning video to make the beginning or the end shorter. If you wanted to take something out in the middle, you actually can take this black bullet and line and place it wherever you wanted to remove, and you can add cut. And then these you will be able to drag. So this gray part will no longer be available for students to watch. If you make cuts and you want to reset, you can reset. Please note there is not the option of actually putting 2 videos together in EdPuzzle. If you want more advanced cutting tools and video editing, I would recommend something like WeVideo or iMovie to do that. You can also add in voiceover. So maybe at the beginning of the video, I want my students to hear my voice, so I can start the recording wherever I want it to go. In this video, you will learn about the first 10 amendments, also known as the Bill of Rights. Okay, I can play it. In this video, you will learn about the first 10 amendments, also known as the Bill of Rights. And you can see any audio recordings will all show up right here, so you can see how long they are and where they actually start. And then the last part, which is a favorite, is questions. So this really enables you to check for understanding. Students can be asked multiple choice questions, an open-ended, a short answer question, or you can add in a note. So if we play this video,
1787 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Okay, and maybe right there we say, okay, I really want them to know the date of this. So we ask a multiple choice question and we say, what year was the Constitutional Convention? And you can put your options. You can add in however many and even more. Okay, before that, make sure you change your answer key by pressing the check next to the one that's correct. One really important thing to note is if you check 2, that means your students have to check 2. So what I mean is if you do a question and you say, mark all that are correct, then you could check more than 1. But if you only want 1 question correct, then go ahead and put that. It might also be helpful for your students for you to say, choose 1 or choose 2. But typically multiple choice is 1. Okay, as soon as you are set with that, you can click save. You can also kind of move this if you want. That's where the question will pop up. So if you are thinking, I don't want the question to pop up when they can see it, I want it to be a little bit after, then you can do that. And then if they don't get it, then they have to rewatch. So it's really up to you and your students' level and the rigor you want there. And then just another key tip is just be careful where these are. You wouldn't want the question to be before the answer. So just make sure that the question pops up after the answer. So if you want to test it,
you have to look back at the Constitutional Convention. The Constitutional Convention started May 1787 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where 55 men from 12 states came together to establish our government, define our rights, and essentially run.
Okay, so there they've seen it, and now they put the date. If they did not know it, they are able to rewatch. And if you want to edit your question at all, you can press this pencil or you can delete it. If you want to continue, you can press continue.
No big deal. Lots of big names were there. James Madison states believed that the Constitution didn't address this. Eventually, 10 of them would be ratified, and those 10 are what we call the Bill of Rights.
Okay, so maybe you want to do an open-ended. Please note that open-ended, you actually have to check yourself. There is a way for you to go through and check all at once, but this is an extra layer. It's not self-graded, so also just keep that in mind. Sometimes this, instead of just being a check for understanding, you also might want to just ask students to make connections, ask any questions, those types of things. Not necessarily a correct answer, but engaging with the video as if they were marking the text. So you can think about a video as a text and think about those annotations you would want students to add to a text. You can prompt them to add this to their video for EdPuzzle.
Protests, political cartoons, and public speeches.
Okay, so here is where we might add an annotation. So we add an open-ended question, and it is connect the peaceful protests of the past First Amendment rights to the events of May 2020. And so that is an example of an annotation. The final feature you can add is a note. You might want to add notes for various reasons. You can combine notes, formulas. So say this is a math video and you want to add in a formula for your students. You can add in an external link if you want to add an extension and show them where to find more information. You can add in photos, which is super helpful. You can add in audio. You can add in attachments, and here are the formulas here, or just one. So this is not a math video. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in an external link. So you can paste in the URL, and then the text you can say, you know, see official Bill of Rights here. If they click on that, then it will take them to this link here where they can see the actual document and what it really looked like. And this is a good place in this video to put this right there. And so I'm going to click save. Actually, I'm going to move it just a little bit. And so as soon as I click save, it will save right here. And then I am going to preview it.
It was written in black and white and make our judgments based off of that. Now, whether you see the Bill of Rights as a living document, a permanent document, or something in between, we should all agree that it's more than just a document. This little piece of paper has the potential to keep you safe, happy, and free every day.
And so if you like it there, you can keep it there, and you can see this hyperlinks out into a new tab. Or you can always move wherever you want that question by dragging. Just be really careful if it is a multiple choice question that the question is after the answer. Otherwise, that could be a little frustrating for students because they can't skip ahead past the question. So, because I put that in my settings before. As soon as you are happy with your video, you can click finish. It is saved automatically, which is very nice. Okay, and then you have your options here. So you have assign, edit, duplicate, or delete. So if you're ready to assign it to your students, click that. Edit, duplicate. Maybe you want to duplicate it to change for different students if you want to differentiate your lessons for specific students or classes, or delete. So assigning, you need to have students in your class. So we are going to go ahead and go to that next. So if you go to, we're already at content, gradebook is here, but first I'm going to go to classes. So my classes are all right here. If you want to add a new class, you will click add new class. If you do have a Google Classroom, it will directly import your students for you, so I'm going to show that right now. So you can, any classrooms that you have open that are not archived, you can check next to them, and then those students will actually be put into your EdPuzzle. So to show you an example, I'm checking this class, and I'm going to import classes. Okay, now I can see students, and these are the students that were in that TLC. I can see due assignments, due date, etc. Now this is also important. If you have a new student come into your classroom and you want to add them, you need to press import students. So say it was January and my classroom was done, but in February I had a boy named Jack come into my classroom. I need to go to my classes. I need to go to the class that he's in, and I need to click import students so that it automatically reconnects with my Google Classroom and imports any new students. These three dots here, I can edit, I can reset password, or I can remove from the class. The beautiful thing about EdPuzzle with Google Classroom is students just need to be in their Google Classroom, and then you can assign the EdPuzzle there. I'm going to show one more way you can import a class that's not through Google Classroom. You can create a new class. You can add a description if you want. To see your classes, you go to My Classes and see the newest one that was added. And then you will be able to invite students. So you can invite students by pasting this link on something like your Canvas page. You can also enter this class code for them to enter. If you want to lock your classroom once all of your students are in, you can press Lock Classroom, and then it will be locked unless you click Unlock, and then you can invite students. So those are the two ways that you add your students to classes, either through Google Classroom, or you create a new class and give them the link or the join code for them, and then they will be able to click the link, log in, and add the join code. So to go back to home, I'm going to click the EdPuzzle, and I want to go ahead and assign a video. So what I do is I check it, and I can click edit or copy. So I am going to click edit. I am happy with the video, so I am going to click finish. And now I am going to assign. I can assign multiple classes or just one, however many I check. So I'm going to just assign one for now. And then you have these options here as well. So you can have the start date for them to be able to see it. You can change that. Maybe you want it to be the next day. Just make sure you click save. You can have a due date, which is helpful. So maybe they have 2 days. You can have a time. You can toggle these on or off if you want to prevent skipping. If it's a review and you're fine if they skip ahead as long as they answer the questions correctly, that's fine. But for most of your videos, you do want them to watch it all at once. Turn on closed captions, and if you want it to automatically post this assignment on Google Classroom, you can click on, and as soon as you click assign, there will actually be an assignment on your Google Classroom at the very top of your classwork page that's for the EdPuzzle. If you want to post it on your own, then you'll click off. So we'll go ahead and assign. And here it is assigned. So students will be able to see this as long as you tell them to go to EdPuzzle, but the best is to either post on your Google Classroom, or if you have a Canvas page or an LMS, you can share the assignment. And the really, really, really cool part is you can actually embed this into your Canvas page. So to show navigation once more, you can go to My Classes. You can click on the class you want, and you can see the due assignments. You can see your students. So I'm going to click the assignment. And just to show the two ways to share on your learning management system, if we are posting on Google Classroom, you can click this button. And then just to show you what that looks like, if I refresh that Google Classroom page, it's right here. And so it is actually scheduled for when I said I wanted it to post. So the beautiful thing is they are directly linked together. So if I schedule it here and then I post on Google Classroom, it will also schedule it here and it will post when it says it's going to. If you want to edit it and then just post it right away, that's fine, but it automatically does that. I would just double check that it posted on there. And then the other option, if you have a different LMS like Canvas, you can share assignment. And so here are your two options. You can give them the link, or you can get an embed code. You can change the size. And if you copy the embed code and you go to Canvas, if you're on a page, you can go to HTML editor and you can paste the code and you can go back to rich content editor. And then you have the EdPuzzle right in here for students to watch as soon as you save and publish your page. And they'll have to be logged in to actually complete it. So those are the two ways you post the EdPuzzle on Google Classroom or another LMS. Some other features, which is really fun, is the Go Live feature. If you are in class all together and you want to complete this video with the questions together all at once, kind of like a Kahoot, but with a video, you can do the Go Live feature. And so it says you're going to share your screen using the projector. You're going to tell your students to open the EdPuzzle, whether it's in Google Classroom or Canvas or somewhere else. The live assignment will appear on their screens, and EdPuzzle will track the progress. So you can press Go Live, and it'll tell you, kind of like the Kahoot or quizzes, once everybody's in. Imagine if everybody's in, you press Start. You play this on your projector. And students, as soon as these questions come, students are prompted to answer. And you can track the progress of your students and celebrate their scores and accomplishments. Speaking of, going to Gradebook, each assignment that you have here, you can see, you can customize your gradebook so you don't have to see the whole year's assignments. So maybe you just want to see 1 month or even 1 week, and it'll show the assignments that you have here. This one's upcoming, so it's not showing, but this is what it looks like. It says total time spent, which is really neat. It shows your total score, and then it also shows the progress. If you have a student who completely, bombs the video assignment and they want to redo it, you can go to the 3 dots and you can go to reset progress and it'll have them redo the video. If you want to reset all of your students' progress, you can click this, but it will warn you that all answers will be erased. So I would, unless you want the whole class to watch the video, you just go to the 3 dots and reset their progress. Again, that's by going to My Classes, the specific class you want, and pressing on the specific assignment, watching them work live, and choosing this or any of these. You can check the short answer questions by going to the individual assignment and clicking on it. If you have short answer questions to grade, it will tell you right here how many you have to grade. Click on this blue button. A shortcut is to mark ungraded as correct. So if you are doing this as a marking the text or making connections or just a fun short answer that doesn't necessarily need to have a grade attached to it with feedback, then you can mark ungraded as correct. If you do want to give specific feedback, you can, in point values, you can add the point values here. You can check if you want it to have 100%. You can even go further and add a comment for individualized feedback for that assignment. And when you are complete, you will mark ungraded as correct or go through here and give your specific comments. So for each question, it has the question here and the answers beneath, and multiple choice has the right answer and the wrong answer, depending on how many options you gave them. And here's one more view, showing the students, showing their progress, and then showing questions. I can see how many students got these questions correct, and that will help me see if I need to reteach something. See, this one is yellow, and if too many students missed it, it will turn red. If you want to download your grades, it will create a spreadsheet, which is very nice for you to be able to save and then type into Synergy or whatever grading platform you're using. So those are the main features of EdPuzzle. If you're interested in uploading your own content, you go to My Content, you add, and you can create a video by choosing one of these or finding some from YouTube, filtering by subject, any of these, or you can go to upload a video and you can upload a Loom or a Screencastify or even a Flipgrid short, and you can tailor it to your needs. One of the main reasons I've used this during distance learning is by having myself explain things and having students watch it. And that way I can actually see if they've watched it and check for understanding. So here is one example where we gave a lesson. Hi, you guys. And we asked them questions. Hi, you guys. Miss Gambler and I miss you. Hey, guys. Here. It's not a discussion board. This was gold because we were able to make sure, number one, they all watched it thoroughly. And number two, we checked for understanding throughout. And this was one of the first weeks of distance learning. We added in closed captions on our own by actually using the PowerPoint recorder tool. And there's even an option to do Screencastify over your PowerPoint. Those are some options to help with accessibility and even students that don't have audio. So I'll go ahead and link that in here. And there are some very helpful videos for you to play with. So it's another app smash there. So again, this was super, super helpful for our students. Even if you put in your video that you want students to watch in EdPuzzle and just ask one question at the end, you can still ensure in your gradebook that students have watched this. You can see how long they spent on it. And so that enables you to give them credit for watching that video of you, which is super helpful for you as the teacher and the student because you will have so many less questions if students watch your videos, and this is one way you can ensure that they have watched them. Welcome back. I hope this video helped you see how you can take a tool like EdPuzzle and smash it together with other video creation tools like YouTube, Khan Academy, Screencastify, Loom, Flipgrid, or any others, and take that, what could have been a passive learning experience, and put it into a more active and engaging learning experience for our students. So however you use this tool, maybe it's flipped classroom where you have your students view a video before coming, blended learning or distance learning where you have students maybe view a video of something you're teaching them through a Screencastify tool, or as a review tool, whatever it might be, it will bring your videos to the next level. So happy video creating, and POWA Unified teachers, have a wonderful summer.